If Pyros and Crips all got along, they probably got me down by the end of the song. Seem like the whole city go against me. Every time I'm in the street, I hear drop, 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 drop.
Alright. So, I listen to Kendrick a lot. I'm a pretty big Kendrick fan. But I'd like to point out something I've noticed about Kendrick. And it's the fact that I think he struggles to balance the two main things. The two main things when it comes to music. Which is understandability and reaching a deeper audience. And what I mean by that is, he's really good at reaching a deeper audience. Really good messages to them, like you really dissect them. But you gotta fucking dig deep, go to Genius, look at all that shit. But here's the thing. The most important thing especially in rap, maybe not in like pop, because pop is just a bunch of bullshit. But especially in rap, the most important thing is delivery. You know what I mean? You can have the best fucking lyrics of all. If you ask any person, who knows anything about rap, you can ask any of them. You can have the best fucking lyrics of all time, but if your delivery is not on par, the entire thing does not mean shit. And I feel like Kendrick's albums have gotten more and more I don't know how to say the word, vague, incoherent. It's just you know what I mean? Like, for example, the Damn album, it's it feels like he's just going all over the place. Love and love, you know what I mean? All of it, you know what I mean? It's I feel like his first couple albums, Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly, he put a lot of creativity into those albums, obviously, but he also put a lot of effort into you know what I mean, just making sure everyone understood what he was saying, making sure, the message got across. But I feel like that aspect of him has kind of fizzled away. He's still putting out shit, he's still putting out pretty good shit, you know what I mean? His message, is still pretty good, but it's just I don't feel like he's getting across his message as much anymore. And the reason and basically what I would compare Kendrick to is probably an incomplete Kanye. Because the thing you gotta respect about Kanye is he can have the most random fucking music, but at the end of the day, you can have the most random music, but at the end of the day, you still understand what the fuck he's saying. You know what I mean? Even his Yeezus album, which was literally just a bunch of horse crap, you know what I mean? The black skin. Even then, you kind of understood what the fuck he was saying. You kind of understood. He can put out random music and you can still understand it. He still gets his message across. And, you look at the Donda album, he perfectly mixes, emotions with, flow, all that shit. And, Kendrick, he does a lot of things well, but I feel like the one thing that he's missing is that delivery. The way he, whenever you're listening to a J. Cole album, you know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? When you listen to a Kanye album, you know what he's talking about. But for Kendrick, half the time, you're what the fuck is this, what the fuck is this dude even saying, bro? You know what I mean? I feel like he was a lot more clear with that shit, back in, the Good Kid, Mad City days, back in the To Pimp a Butterfly days. He still, you could still see aspects of that, but now it's he still has a pretty good flow, and obviously as a technical rapper, his rapping ability is obviously way beyond Kanye's, but Kanye as an artist, far exceeds Kendrick's ability, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. A lot of people debate about J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, but I feel like when it comes to that debate, it's more about your personal taste. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick is more of you know what I mean, a hardcore guy. You know what I mean? He's more of like a hardcore guy, you know what I mean? Like rapid succession rhythm, like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? J. Cole is more of like a ego in charge of every move. He's a star. Yeah, he like, you listen to Kendrick when you want to like hype yourself up a little. When you want to like hype yourself up a little bit, you listen to J. Cole when you want to chill. Like, that's been the norm. Now, obviously, you know, J. Cole came out with the off season. He came out with Heat. He's proven that like he could do other shit. But you know, his specialty is making, you know, chill music. And like Kendrick's specialty is making music, you know, people could vibe to, people could party to. You know what I mean? So it's in terms of that, like, I like to just fucking listen to music where I can just chill out, you know, sit in my car, all that shit. So I'm obviously gonna be more of a J. Cole person. But like, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to point that out, because obviously Kendrick's a great artist. Obviously he's a great rapper, like his technical rapping ability. But I feel like he tries too hard to be creative. Like, he tries way too hard to be creative and not hard enough in making sure that he actually gets his messages across. Like, that people actually understand what the fuck he's saying, you know what I mean? Because you gotta balance those two. Because you could have a lot of creativity, you could have really good lyrics, but if no one understands what the fuck you're saying, it really doesn't mean anything. So, I don't know, it just amazes me how, like, Kanye is able to just, you know what I mean, have the most random fucking music, and somehow we still understand what he's saying. But, like, for Kendrick, like, he got to get to that level. He got to get to the level where, like, he could just mutter a bunch of gibberish and we still know what he's saying. You know what I mean? That takes a special kind of talent, you know what I mean? Now, I think Kendrick, you know, obviously, you know, he takes a while between album to album because he wants to, like, perfect his craft. And I understand that, but I don't know, that's just something I've noticed. It's something I want to point out. You know, obviously, no hate to Kendrick. I've listened to a lot of songs, all that shit. So, yeah, just, it's an observation, you know what I mean? But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.